Three, two. I think the ship's about to leave. We better get on it.
Here we go. Good evening, everyone. My name is Mark Allen Lovewell, and seated right next to me is Molly Conole. Welcome to Sunday at Sea. We're at home here in downtown Vineyard Haven on the island of Martha's Vineyard. Welcome. I'm so glad you could join with us.
By the fireplace.
By Ashley, the star of the show.
She's definitely upstaging us.
Again.
That's right.
It's been blowing and cold outside, so we're in the right place, and I hope you are too.
That's right. And we got some folks who have joined us here live tonight. Oh, I think I hear something. No, they're quiet. Oh, there they are.
Oh my gosh. Anyhow, thank you so much for joining with us again. And as I said in our morning show, this is the last show that we're doing here on Martha's Vineyard in February. Next week's show is going to be
on the road.
We're going to be on the West Coast. We're going to be in Astoria.
Right on the Columbia River. Oh, it's going to be beautiful.
Overlooking the Columbia River. We're going to be at a place called the Inferno. We performed there last year and had a Sunday at Sea show, and we're going back.
And this time we're going to be having some other guests, some other fellow Fisher poets joining us.
We're going to have some Fisher poets gathering with us.
And some special food. It's going to be fun.
We're going to have a really good time, and we hope you'll join with us on whatever coast you're on, wherever you are.
That's right, because Brad will be with us. Brad in person.
And Brad will be in person, that's right. And it's at 4 p.m. Pacific time.
So
Pacific
Sunday
time.
at Sea at 7 Eastern normal.
But
right.
for those of us on the East Coast, for those of you on the East Coast, it'll be the routine time of 7 p.m. So we're looking forward to. I just have to take one little moment here to say that we've obviously all of us together, and we started out with the Ukrainian national anthem. We've been aware of what happened in Russia with the loss of Navalny, and what a wonderful man he was. I am so fortunate that I met the wife and I met the daughter. Their names I can't pronounce, but I'm just saying that I met them when they were here. And so I'm touched. I'm deeply touched, and we hope that things are all right over there. It's such a sad state, and Molly continually repeats to telling me is that, we can't do anything about it here, but what we can do
is celebrate the things that make us human, the other things, which are the joy and the gratitude and celebrating fellowship time together. That's what we can do.
And Molly's right. She's absolutely right. So we have that depth of what we do. We have awareness. We're not isolated. We're giving, caring people, and so. Oh my gosh! So we're gonna. So this is a
little song in honor of us going on a trip called Underway. Yeah, we like this one. Yeah. me lads, get underway. Right welcome comes a warning. Up, up on deck, all hands obey. We're homeward bound this morning. You, Tom, and Dick, and Joe, and Jack, stand by to get your anchor. Here, boy, lay aft to the mizzen gaff, and loose away the spanker. Let's walk him round, we're homeward bound. Each moment brings us nearer. So heave and haul, my hearties all, for friends and home that's dear. You, Tom, and Dick, and Joe, and Jack, stand by to get your anchor. Here, boy, lay aft to the mizzen gaff, and loose away the spanker. Heave, heave, my souls, and four ahead, the breeze is gently blowing. And while the morn is tinged with red, we're off with sheets a-flowing. You, Tom, and Dick, and Joe, and Jack, stand by to get your anchor. Here, boy, lay aft to the mizzen gaff, and loose away the spanker.
Want to do an instrumental?
Yeah. Homeward bound, a magic word, how sweet the heart's emotion, while memory strikes the magic chord afar upon the ocean. You, Tom, and Dick, and Joe, and Jack, stand by to get your anchor. Here, boy, lay aft to the mizzen gaff, and loose away the spanker. Thank you. Hey, we've got some friends here with us. Let's see who's visiting us. Oh, we got, well, of course, Carol and John right here in the studio. Brad is running the ship from afar, remoting in with us. Aren't we lucky? Jenny's here. Oh, Ted is here from far across the ocean. We got Ned here. Hey, all of you guys. Joanne's here.
Oh, Joanne.
Oh, everybody. Melissa's here, all the way from the Chesapeake.
Oh, my Melissa, I hope your car's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I know it's not, but I hope you solve it.
Yes. Connie's here from far across the pond. And, oh, thank you guys. Caroline is here. Oh, we got so many friends here. Dan Waters is here from Up Island. Yay. Thank you guys. We're so glad you're here with us. We're so happy. It's wonderful. And, yeah, we're going to have a good time. Oh, here's a farewell song. You know what? Can you get a theme here? We're talking about going away and saying farewell. So we're prepping for our trip, aren't we?
We are.
We are prepping
we
for our
are
trip.
so excited.
Yeah.
And, I mean, can we just talk a little bit about what we did on Friday?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
But because it's live audiences, are wonderful. We love live audiences.
Even when there's only two.
We love live audiences, and on Friday we performed at the Cape Cod Maritime Museum.
And it was packed.
It was a 2-hour show. We did a 2-hour show. We haven't done a 2-hour show that bit. Anyway, it was packed. The place was packed.
And the most wonderful thing was people were singing along.
They sang along. They didn't miss a beat. They were with us. They were on with us.
And some people even knew all the words, like this next song we're going to sing.
Yeah,
somebody knew all the words to it. It was so cool.
There's this level of fellowship about the idea that now we're getting ready to go away. In a few days, we're going to go perform on the West Coast in Astoria for the Fisher Poets Gathering. And
that'll be
it's
fun.
such a big deal, and a big deal for Molly and I, because just like you're a warm receiving audience, you write us, you stay in connect with us, we're going to join in, connect with some really magical people, really wonderful people. Friday morning Pacific time, we're going to appear on the radio station KMUN.
Right.
And the good news is this: we're doing it. We're going out there and having fun, and we're excited about it.
It's going to be wonderful.
So obviously it's kind of easy for us to sing a song about farewell, leaving here to go to California or go, which is what these words are about.
Yeah.
Farewell to you, my own true love. I'm going far away. I'm bound for California, and I know that I'll return someday. So farewell. I'm shipping out on a Yankee whaling ship, and Davy Crockett is her name, and Burgess is thy captain of her. I've heard that she so farewell. Setting in the harbor, my love, and I wish I could remain, for I know it will be a long old time before I see you again. So farewell. Understand.
Thank you.
Thank you. Isn't that a sweet song?
It's so sweet.
Oh my gosh,
so
it's a lovely song.
Oh, Susan's here too, Sam. She's looking forward to us being out there on the water in the Columbia. Woohoo! We are too.
Susan, yeah, we just mentioned, you may have noticed, Susan, we mentioned Inferno. We mentioned it.
That's
We
right.
didn't give any specific. We're going to give them out later. But they stay tuned, folks.
We gave a bunch of specifics, the time and where we're going to
Oh, yeah,
be,
yeah, we
and
did,
special food. So
Which is
it's
right
all
on
worth coming for.
Downtown Astoria.
And special guests.
We were there last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rich Ewing is hosting our being there.
Oh, Nancy's here. Thank you for the vacation wishes. Thank you.
Oh, that's so cool.
We love you all. It's so fun. It's wonderful to have you here with us. Oh, this song. So this song, I really wanted to do it the other night when we were off island, and somehow we did so many songs, 2 hours of her song, and somehow we left this one out, and it's one of my favorites. So I said, "Could we please do it tonight?" So one of Mark's songs that I just love it. It's so pretty, and the flute is getting a workout tonight. I love it.
Yeah, people like. I mean, we like this song. It's really nice, but
So pretty.
Molly really carries it with the flute.
Ah.
Please comment. Please comment.
Well, it's fun to play it.
After a long, cold day on the water, I'm at the bar with a glass of bubbly ale, sharing salty tales with a few of my friends. Bartender comes up to me. He hands me a large bay scallop shell. I said, "This shell is a big part of our way. Warms a chilly winter's night in a snowy day. Cold waters around us are now so clear. Bay scalloping was a livelihood for most of us here. Mackerel clouds overhead are moving on. They call it a sailor's sky, and the wind lines flattening the water, bringing a following tide. You can taste the salt water and the fresh autumn air. Watch the gulls drop the shells from way up there. Haul our drags, feel the rope tighten, hear that Evan Rude go slow. We'll find a better place where the eelgrass grows. In the shucking shack, Susie's empty shells are piled way up high. No one can match her speed, her wit, and her welcome smile. She's the fastest cutter that anyone knows. No one can match the speed that her shucking knife goes. Mackerel clouds overhead are moving on. Call it a sailor's sky, and the wind lines flattening the water, bringing a following tide. Oscar, a scalloper, there's none like him today. fish in a catboat called Vanity, following the old-timers' ways, pulling his drags, culling with his bare hands. Even in a wintry wind, he was a warm-hearted fisherman. Well, the bartender, he took the shell back in his palm. He turns and he looks at us. We're all sitting there so calm. He said, "You know, you just heard it from someone who can tell a tale." You know, he did it while holding just one shell. Knows this old coastal town. Mackerel clouds are moving on. They call it a sailor sky. And the wind light flattening the water, bringing a following tide. Bringing a following tide. Wow, Molly, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for writing such a beautiful song. It's so fun to play.
Do you want to tell them the story about the scallops? That
Oh, yes.
you
Oh,
had amazing. She has a friend who went on a pilgrimage in
Yeah.
Spain.
right. So some of you might have heard of this pilgrimage in the northern part of Spain. It's a 42-day walk, and it's called the Camino de Santiago, because the
Spain.
destination is the cathedral at Santiago, and there's a whole story about one of the apostles being buried there. It's a really cool story why it draws so many people from all over Europe. They come across from England, they come from France, they come from Portugal and Spain, and they all meet at this one place. But one of the coolest things that I found out from my friend who just did this,
They had lunch together.
we had
yesterday.
lunch, and it was so cool. She told me that on her trip, before she went, she took time to paint scallop shells with
Hand paint.
hand painted, reminding her
Decorative.
of important people in her life, so that every day she would place one at the beginning of her walk, and that person's presence would be with her for the whole time. But why did she choose scallop shells? Well, listen to this. This is so cool.
They do it over there.
There's a thing on the phone. I looked it up.
You
You
just
just
Google
look
it.
up, if you look up scallop shell meaning, you're going to find this. It says the scallop shell, and it has a picture of the ones that are like right outside the window here, is one of the most recognizable symbols of the Camino de Santiago, and it is often used in art and architecture throughout the pilgrimage route. It has been said that the scallop shell is a metaphor for pilgrimage, representing the idea that the journey is more important than the destination. Have you heard us say that on this show before? I don't know. It could be just me. Anyways, I love that. The journey is more important than the destination. Isn't that right? It's so true.
And the context in which we use it often on this show is when we're talking about racing a catboat, racing a sailboat. I'm always saying, my race is to get in the boat. My goal, my destination is just get in the boat.
And then enjoy the ride.
And enjoy the ride. And
I just
that's
love that.
such a great
Yeah.
vision for all of us who live in the moment, who live in the future, and we try and
Yeah.
we try and figure out the way to navigate both. Live in the moment and live in the future. And the best way
Yeah.
is to live in the moment. Just enjoy the ride. Enjoy it. And that's a 40, how many days?
42-day journey. Isn't that
40
something?
walk.
Walk. And of course, I mean, people left and right are just
And it's not
having to quit
not
the journey.
level ground like
No, it's
here.
mountainous. It's a mountainous route. Yeah,
Isn't that fun
in the
hearing that?
Pyrenees. Yeah.
That was a spin that we didn't even. I mean, 2 days ago, Molly had no idea about this.
But here we are, bass galloping
We
song.
got to bring this to the
and then
show.
now it's about pilgrimage too. Isn't that
So
cool?
I hope you all look it up, get into it. I mean, the scallop shell is so pretty.
It's
so
a beautiful shell.
And if I was smart enough, I would have had a scallop shell in my hand when I started
wow.
singing a song. But anyhow, you've seen me do this, so you know what we're talking about.
And they are beautiful shells.
Anyway,
They
so,
are beautiful
all right.
shells.
All right, so
Are we gonna do a song now? We're gonna do a little song.
we're gonna do a Molly song. This is a Molly song that I'm singing.
It's a switcheroo time! Woohoo!
It's pretty unusual when we get in it. We did this before. We
did it last week. We switcherooed 2 songs. That was fun. But we didn't do this one last week. We're gonna do this one because
So Molly wrote this great song, and she sings it beautifully.
yeah, but he sings it
No,
better.
don't interrupt me. She writes this thing called Barnacle King, and it's a really great song. And we played it for you. Have we recorded it?
Not
No.
yet. Not
We haven't
yet. We're
recorded it.
waiting.
Anyway,
We're
we are
waiting.
recording it.
We
We're
are
doing
going
it.
to.
Anyhow, so she does a super job on this song. But every time we're practicing it, of course, I'm paying attention. You know, I'm looking at the words, and I'm being second fiddle. Is that kind of that term?
Second guitar.
Just playing the guitar and letting her do it. So it's called Barnacle King.
So the other day I came back after work, a long day of work, and
She has long days at work.
long days of work, but it's all good. It's all good. And he's like, I've been practicing your song. I'm like, oh, that's great. And he says, I sing it different. I was like, oh, good. So that's exciting. I love it. That's the best compliment. If somebody wants to sing your song and put their spin on it, that's like an
And we get
honor.
along, too.
We still
So
getting
it's
along.
not like, you can't do that to my song.
I think it's awesome.
Anyhow, listen to the words of this song because it's like a joke. If you don't listen to the words, you won't know why it's funny. It's like a joke. You got to pay attention, and I'll be as clear and crisp as I possibly can.
You're good. Should we do a little instrumental at the beginning?
Okay.
You want to start singing now? No, more instrumental.
I was just thinking. All right, now listen to what I do to this
Go for it.
song. Oh, Barnacle's the king of the ocean. Kind of strange since he's not much in motion. He prefers to prevail on a dock or a whale, holding tight as the world passes by. He's a builder who's mastered self-gluing. Builds his shell, he knows what he's doing. His legs catch the krill till he's eaten his fill, then retreat when the tide leaves him dry. Oh, with a barnacle's crown of cement, this is the chord, you will find that he is hell-bent on sticking it to us. Oh, yes, sir, yes. The barnacle's king of the sea. Yes, the barnacle's king of the sea. Well, it may seem a barnacle's lazy, stuck on his head. Why, that's just crazy. For his headstrong ways work make us all feel like the jerk when we think we can outsmart his ways. We try our paints and our lotions, power washing and ointments and lotions to make him unstick. But he knows the trick. And more barnacles grow back in days. Whoa, more barnacles grow back in days. With the barnacle's crown of cement, you will find that he is hell-bent on sticking it to us. Oh, yes, sirree. The barnacle's king of the sea. Yes, the barnacle's king of the sea. All right, here's your part. You'll find that he is hell-bent on sticking it to us. Oh, yes, sirree, yes. The barnacle's king of the sea. Yes, the barnacle's king of the sea. All right, one more verse.
They're not done.
Can you handle it?
They're not done.
Well, it seems now that all's for the telling, 'cause the barnacle's head is a swelling. He can outwit us all, crusty Fowler, his gall, to keep sticking and dragging us down. But you have to give credit, he'll never give up. Why, he's much, much too clever. To his crusty old ways, might as well hoist a beer. To the barnacle he wears the crown. Yes, for he wears the crown. With the barnacle's crown of cement. This is the last time. You'll find that he is hell-bent on sticking it to us. Oh, yes, sir, yes. You can scrape and you can swear, but I warn you, beware. The barnacle's king of the sea. Yes, the barnacle's the king of the sea. Yes, the barnacle's king of the sea.
Yay!
toast to the barnacle.
The toast to the barnacles.
Now, it's really, this barnacle
Ginger beer.
I mean, if you're on the waterfront, you know barnacles are a real pain.
They can outwit us all. They really can.
They really, and I will just tell you, because I own a boat, the most expensive item that you have to get every spring, or most every spring, depending on is bottom paint.
Why?
Because we get barnacles, and if it's not a good quality paint, and I've had a few years where I've had bad quality paint, the barnacles cover the bottom, and that slows you down dramatically. And you know that story. We don't have to repeat it, but I just what's the way to approach it? You have to approach it with levity, because it's the only way. It's like barnacles are ubiquitous. They're growing on whales. On whales. They talk about persistence. Anyway.
And I did some really cool research about the barnacles when I was like inspired to write that silly song. And it's really true that the barnacle, how it sticks itself onto whatever it sticks, it is sticking on its head. So the top of his head is where it's cemented on, and all of his arms and legs are going, oh, feed me, He's sticking out their shell. And they make a hexagonal kind of a shell, and some of them, they fold in kind of like origami. It just closes up so that when the tide goes down low, they don't dry out, and then it'll open back up again when the tide comes up again. And then there's other kinds of barnacles, like the ones on the whales, and when a barnacle isn't full grown yet, it's like this little spidery little creature that can move, and it crawls its way up the whale to get the front row seat. It wants to be right where it gets the most water and the most food, so it likes to be right like on its face. It likes to be in places where it's going to get a lot of exposure to the food.
And if I don't have the right bottom paint, and my boat is in Edgartown Harbor, I have a forest growing underneath my boat. I have a forest.
They like your boat.
And it's amazing. It's amazing.
They're pretty amazing creatures.
They're ubiquitous. They're everywhere. But anyhow.
Yes.
But anyhow, the bottom paint that I got this past year. The bottom paint I got this past year was great.
Was good.
What a huge difference.
It was a lot less barnacles this year. This was another song we sang the other day, and it was fun, because it was where we were.
That's right. Cape Cod Girls. And many people hadn't heard that song. I mean,
that's right.
It's an amazing thing for those who live on Cape Cod. It's not old songs. They're not as you talk about ubiquitous. They're not as common.
That's right.
So we felt we had a role to play. I think see what I can do with this tuning of this thing.
All right. Yeah, they liked hearing the story about Bartholomew Gosnold coming along and helping to name this place Cape Cod. Guess why? And then we had fun thinking of if he came by nowadays, what would he be calling it? Cape Traffic, Cape Bridges, Cape... It was fun. We had some fun with that. There were a lot of suggestions from the audience, but Cape Cod, that's right.
Yeah, thank you. So I can tune this thing.
You're welcome.
Oh. Boy, doesn't that sound better?
That sounds good.
Because, as we've already said, there's so many terrible things going on in this world. We really have to maintain a level of humor. Please comment. Please add your comment about that topic. Humor is an essential ingredient to making it through the day.
It is.
And it has for centuries.
That's right.
So this is a song that was written more than a century ago by people who were trying to deal with the reality that cod was everywhere.
And the reality that living by the sea wasn't the easiest thing in the world. So you might as well have fun and make fun songs.
You might as well have a sense of humor about the fact that you usually had cod in the breakfast and cod for lunch and cod. They hadn't built any super grocery stores in the 1800s. Those wouldn't come for another century or two. So anyhow, they had to have a sense of humor about all this cod around them.
And they did.
they'd only use no sleds.
All the way, all the way.
They slide down the dunes on codfish heads.
Bound away for Australia.
So let's heave it up,
my bully, bully boy. All the way, all the way.
heave it up, and don't you make a noise. And we're
Bound away for Australia.
Well, now Cape Cod doctors, they don't use no pills.
All the way, all the way.
They feed their patients on codfish gills.
Of course, bound away for Australia.
So let's heave it up, my bully, bully boys.
All the way, all the way.
It's heave it up, and
Don't you make a noise. Bound away for Australia.
well, now Cape Cod cats, they have no tails.
All the way, all the way.
They last them to those southwestern gales.
Bound away for Australia.
So let's heave it up,
My
bully, bully boys.
all the way, all the way.
Heave it up, and
Don't you make a noise. Bound away for Australia.
All right, the last verse. You know it. It's the first verse.
It's the first one.
Well, now
Cape Cod girls, they don't use no combs. All the way, all the way.
they comb their hair
With codfish bones. Bound away for Australia.
So let's heave it up, my
bully, bully boys. All the way, all the way.
heave it up, and
Don't you make a noise. Bound away for Australia. Bound away for Australia. I love it.
I love that drone sound.
It's so cool. It's a beautiful song, even while it's funny. It's still beautiful. I love it. Yay.
Anyway,
Now, this next song, everybody knew it. Everybody, right? Everybody in the audience knew this song, except maybe the little 2-year-old. He might not have known it yet, but he still enjoyed it.
and you're gonna know this song too. You'll all know it. If you don't even have to watch the show to know this song. The song is out there.
Aw, thanks everybody for all your nice comments. It's so fun. Hey, Jeannie. Great to have you here tonight. Ashley's messing with your tuning. I think
That's
it's
right.
Ashley. It's all about Ashley. It's such a nice wave of heat here. I'm sure. I got my fiddle here, but I haven't had an opportunity to play it yet.
There we go. We got it. All right, we gotta do this right because there's a lot of serious people out there who like this song.
Serious.
This is the most popular sea shanty in the world.
What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning, when up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises early in the morning.
Well, haul 'em on top of the mast, oh yes, and
Haul 'em on top of the mast, oh yes, and haul 'em on top of the mast, oh yes, and early in the morning. Way up she rises, way up she rises, way and up she rises early in the morning.
well, we'll give him a cold shower until he's sober.
Give him a cold shower,
Shower
until
till
he's
he's
sober. Give him a cold shower until he's sober. Early in the morning.
Well, that's
Way
Put him in the bed with the captain's daughter.
Put him in the bed with the captain's daughter. Put him in the bed with the captain's daughter. Early in the morning.
Sing along.
Way up she rises. Way up she rises. Way up she rises. Early in the morning.
Well, that's what we do with a drunken sailor.
That's what we do with a drunken sailor. That's what we do with a drunken sailor. Early in the morning. Way up she rises. Way up she rises. Way up she rises. Early in the morning. Early in the Yay!
Oh my God.
Oh, Jeannie said that's her favorite. I love it. I love it. Yay! Thank you, guys.
Oh, you know what I forgot?
Thank you, everybody. Such nice comments. Thank
You know
you.
what I forgot? I forgot the little speech we're supposed to give.
Oh, the little speech. We got to do the little speech. It's a lot of thank
Do we
yous.
have
I
it
bet
somewhere?
between us
Do
we're
we
going to
have it?
remember.
Do you
No.
have it? Do you have it?
No, we got it in our heads though. So we definitely have to thank. That's easy because we always know that we have a lot of people to thank. We have our supporters that make our sponsors that make us be able to do the show. That's number one, right? Our audience that you come and watch us either here on Facebook Live or come and find us on YouTube at Mark Allen Lovewell's channel or on MVTV here on the Vineyard or CCM out in Salem, Oregon, the public access TV stations. We're so happy that they like to watch our shows, and thanks to Brad, who does the editing also for the Fisher Poetry Archive podcasts. So you don't even have to watch us and you can listen.
It's remarkable. I mean, just the two of us, okay? We're just sitting here in a living room. Let's be real for a moment and just say we're just a couple sitting in a living room next to a fired up wood stove. And we do these programs and we have this amazing community of wonderful people, generous people who either support us economically or they support us through their participation and involvement. You know, it's
And
just
it's you
a
guys.
treasure. It's a treasured moment for us to move about on this community, on this island, on the internet, and next week we're gonna.
That's right.
And we try and include you in all of the fellowship we can because
And we do have a free newsletter in that way, too.
we have a newsletter.
We let you know what's going on. You can sign up on our website, mollyandmark.com, if you want to know what we're up to.
And Molly's been spending some time in the recording studio. We did a little this and
We've
that.
done
You
some
know,
stuff.
we're doing a little this and that. We're moving along.
New stuff is coming.
So it's all driven by the enthusiasm that we have by our audience.
yeah.
You know, we're just two people in a living room, okay, just playing. But it's through you, it's through Carol and John sitting here in the audience. This is amazing, and they come all the time. They come all the time.
Are we lucky?
We love it.
They come all the time, and it's like.
We love it. It's
And
so
you
fun.
many of you are here all the time too. Digitally, you could be watching something. We had a show during the Super Bowl. We had hundreds of people watch the show.
That's right.
Can I candidly say that to you all, that you know that during the Super Bowl, well, everybody was watching the this and the that, and the ball going over there and the ball going over here. We had a huge turnout. I don't
That's
understand
lovely.
it, but
That's
I
so
just
nice.
want you to know I'm enormously grateful.
Yeah. I was at a live performance today at our local high school with incredibly talented folks, and the director of the show came out before the whole thing started, and she said much the same thing. The thing about live performances is they don't exist without an audience. It just doesn't exist. So we're very, very thankful for you guys being here.
No kidding. No kidding.
Yeah.
If you meet us in the grocery store, we'll say the same thing to you.
Yay. Oh, and
listen.
Joanne says she's going to be there for real with us next week. Woohoo!
Yeah, some of the people
That's so
watching the
fun.
show right now are on the West Coast are going to be joining with us.
Fun. It's so fun. We just love it.
And it's all
wherever you are, we
have
love
a
you.
common fellowship. We love our coastal communities, and our coastal communities are having a hard time. And there's a lot of work going on. A lot of heavy lifting.
And we really are feeling very honored about going to Fisher Poets because we're really representing the East Coast, and that's a different story
We're
than
the only,
the West
as
Coast.
I can tell on the performance list, we're the only ones coming from New England.
Yeah. So we're honored by that.
There's someone coming from Maryland, though. We got somebody from Maryland.
Yeah, but so we on the
But
East
we're
Coast
it.
have different stories than on the West Coast, so it's good. We get to bring those stories with us. It's a good thing.
So anyhow, that's a lot of this and that to say thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody. I'll sing this one with us. Here we go.
Here we go.
Call all hands, the man, the captain, see the cable running clear. Be aware, and when we're for New England, we do steer, rolling home. Rolling home across the sea, rolling home to dear New England, rolling home, dear God's fare thee well, yes, Spanish maidens. It is time to bid adieu. Happy times we've spent together. Happy times we've spent with you. Rolling home, rolling home, rolling home across the sea, rolling home, dear New England, rolling home, dear God.
Round Cape Horn, one frosty morning.
And the sails were full of snow. Tighten those sheets and pull in those halyards. Let her off and let her go. Rolling home, rolling home, I love that.
You're wonderful, all of you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for spending your time, your valuable time with us. We're grateful. Thank you. Yeah, we'll see you. We'll see you next week. It'll just look different, but we'll see you.
That's right.
Woo, there we go. Got to retune.
Come all young sailormen, listen to me. I'll sing you a song of the fish in the sea. Blow ye winds westerly, westerly blow. We're bound to the southward, so steady she goes.